Okay, so hi, hello everyone. In today's session, what we'll be doing is we'll try to inject some SQL payloads into a website and we'll try to dump all the database. So basically, what is SQL injection? So for that, we need to understand about what is SQL queries. Okay, so SQL stands for server query language. It is used to update, insert, delete, and manage data from a database. So we use SQL query language in websites uh, to insert, update, and fetch data. Okay. For example, suppose if on a website you are searching for something, and suppose you are giving a value, say that search for this particular keyword. So the website will be searching in the backend, and it will be using a SQL query. So how a SQL query looks like. So as a random example, this is a SQL query. Okay. So what this SQL query is saying is select asterisk means all from customer. What is customer? Customer is a table. Okay. Customer is a table where a data is stored. Say that first name, surname, city, country, mobile number, like that. And this SQL query is asking the database to select everything from customer. If we go further, we can filter out more and we can use where country equal to something. Say that Germany, India, like this. So this query will search in database that select the data from customers where country is equal to this particular given value. Okay, so this is the SQL query. Now, what is SQL injection? Basically, injecting some malicious command from SQL into these into these particular fields so that it must give us something from the back end, which we are not able to see clearly from front end. For example, without having database access, we cannot check what are the data in the database, right? We cannot check username and passwords of other users. We cannot check sensitive details of other users. What if we inject some malicious payloads in this particular field? So how it's possible? Basically, there is a web application known as DVWA. It is used to test out ethical hacking skills, penetration testing skills for web application. So basically, let me log in here first of all. Just a second. Yeah, in now, and so this is the dashboard of DVWA. So here you can see security level, and it is set to impossible. So basically, in DBWA, there are multiple security levels, okay, starting from low to impossible. So for now, we'll start with the low because it's easy to demonstrate on the application which is having low level of security. Here, we need to go to SQL injection. So on this page, we'll try to find out, first of all, if the website is vulnerable or not. Okay. Now, how to find those things? First, you need to search SQL payload. What is SQL payload? Basically, it's a kind of SQL command which is used to inject into a query to give some results which is not normally expected to give because a vulnerable website will be only giving you the details. So these are the SQL payloads based on different uh, requirements. We can use these different payloads. Starting from the first one, okay. Suppose what this page is saying, enter the user ID. So if we enter one and we click on submit, it will search the database for the first admin, sorry, the first user. So in the database, the first user is admin and the surname is also admin. If we use second user ID and we click submit, we can see it is showing us the data of the second user from the database. You can notice here in the URL, ID is equal to 2, 3, 4, or whatever we are searching. So it's showing in the particular URL. So how this query looks like? So this query is select F6 from users. Users is the table name, where ID equal to the 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. So this SQL query is accepting these numbers in order to search the database. Okay. But what if we try to enter some kind of syntax which is not understandable by this query? What will happen? Let us try that. So 4 or 3 or 2, let us take example 2. If we enter 2 and if we try one of the payloads of SQL injection, this post office, and when we do search, what will happen? You can see there is a kind of error that you have an error in your SQL syntax. So why this error is coming? Because let us take example of this query again. This is what we did. We used 2 and a post office. So you need to understand this thing first. In a programming language or coding, this post office, this columns, this terminations, all these are part of coding. So browser will read that particular part of code as a piece of the code from the backend. Okay. So if we are entering the post office, the browser is not able to understand the query. The backend is not able to process the query because there is an error in the code. So a good programmer, a good coder, or a good website filters out these special characters, but this website is not filtering out. Okay. Now here we are able to find out this website is vulnerable to SQL injection. Now we can use different SQL payloads in order to find out those data. We can dump the data from the tables. We can dump the data from the uh, particular columns, say that passwords, usernames, and different kind of details. Now, how to do that? So basically, it's up to you which payload you want to use, because it's not necessary that every time same payload will work. So as a demonstration, if I give you a demo on this particular application, so what we can do, put a column here, and in the URL, just insert order by 1, 2, 3. Now, what is this? Basically, it's saying that try to find out number of columns present in the database. So what is column basically? Suppose if there is a database, in a database, there are multiple columns, okay? Say that users, guest books, log files, like these, okay? So in this database, the website which is using, how many columns are there? Based on that, we will get number of columns, and then we can dump all the column names. Because in order to fetch data, we need to know about the column name, and then we need to know about the row name. Okay, so let us enter here, and you can see it's giving us an error, unknown column 3 in order clause. Now what is this? It's saying there is no column 3, which means we're able to find out, okay, there are less than 3 columns. Let's try on 2. Okay, so it's working, which means there are 2 columns in the website. Okay, and we don't know which columns are those 2 columns. So let us first of all find out the database name and the version of database. So we are able to find out 2 columns are there in the website. So we will find the database name and the version. So right here you can see it's giving us first name and surname. So these 2 variables we will use to print out the data. So we can print 2 kinds of data at a time because there are 2 columns only. So instead of 1, we can use database. So it's a function which gives us the name of the database, and version, it's a function which gives us the version of the database. If we hit enter, okay, so it's not giving us results because we need to use here union select all. What is union select all? Basically, it will select all the data. Okay, just like this, select, it needs to be working here. Okay, so select all. Let me give a space here. So union select all, remove by, and now hit enter. You can see we are getting the database name as DVWA, and the version is 10.1.30. Okay. Now we are able to print out and dump the database name. So it's not easy to find a database name normally. It's a backend thing. It's a you can say it's a secure data which no company wants to see to give these details to their users. Okay. Now we're able to fetch the database name here, the version here. We can proceed ahead and we can dump all the name of the column. Okay. Now how to do that basically? So union select all. Okay. Here what we can do, we can just give here one, and we can use other payloads to dump the particular column. Okay. Let us see which payload we can use here. Let us try using union select all. Table underscore name from information underscore schema dot table. Now what is this? Basically, information schema contains all the data about the database, all the data about the columns and the tables. So what we are giving instruction here is that in the surname, I want to print out the table name. Okay, the table names from information schema. Whatever table names will be in the database, it must print out here. Let's try this. You can see all the table names, it is now printed. Okay, so if there are 100 table names in the database, you will be able to get all the tables. You can see wish list, students, teachers, add to cart, agents, billing details. Now select here which table I want to dump the data of. So I will be searching for some precious data such as username, if there is a password or not. No, there is no password. We can go with the user. Okay. So a user or users, this data, this table may contain a username, password, and some other credentials. So what we can do now, instead of this table name, we will go with a column name because this is a column. Okay. What we just need to do, just replace this table with column from information schema dot columns where table underscore name equal to the name of the table. Okay. Now we cannot enter directly user user. We cannot enter directly because the browser will not understand the clear text string. In order to do that, we need to use some text to decimal conversion. So for that, what we can do, text to decimal. Okay. Here in the website, we just need to paste our name here. It will generate a particular decimal numbers. You just need to put this one here as char, paste this here, remove space, put comma. Now let's understand what we are giving instruction. Union select all, the column name from information underscore schema dot column where table underscore name equal to cat. Let us hit enter. We'll be able to see it is now printing whatever there is in the column name user. Okay. So in the column name user, data such as user ID, first name, last name, user, password, and rest of other details are present. Now let us select our other things such as what else we want. So I want to print out the password and the username. Now how to do that particular thing? So right now we need to consume both the fields, right? One and two both. So earlier we were using the second one only, right? Now we need to print username along with the password. What to do? Let us see how to get that data. So till now we are able to find out how to get database name, how to get version of database, how to get number of tables, number of columns, number of rows, and now we will see how to dump that data from the website. So we'll use union select all from or we can just use union select user comma password from users. Okay, give like this, select all. Instead of one, we are giving user. Instead of two, we are giving password and from users. From user means from the database, the table. Okay, let's try this one. And what we will getting here is the username, not this one, the username and the password. Now you can see the password is not in clear text. This password is encrypted from the backend, but there is a solution to just decrypt this particular password. What we can do, just go to md5 online.org, copy this particular MD5 hash key, paste it on the particular decryptor, and we'll be able to get the clear text password. Okay, just paste it here. It's loading, allow me a moment. Let this one load. So basically, this is how we use SQL injection in order to inject malicious SQL payloads into the website in order to dump all these kind of details. So these details, it is not visible in the front end, okay? And it's not easy to find details like that, right? So SQL injection helps us finding out those details. So let me decrypt this password for you, and then we'll see if we succeed in this or not. Which is not working, just go with the other one, MD5 decrypt. So it will be too long. Let us enter a text here, decrypt this. Let me in. This is the password, right? Let me show you other example. Copy this and let's see this. Charlie. So basically this password we are able to decrypt from the MD5. So this is a hash basically, it's the security thing. Lots of websites, they do not store their user's password in the clear text format. They try to use an encryptor for that, MD5 hashing algorithm. But still, it's not hard to find out passwords like this, data from database like this. On daily basis, lots of websites are getting hacked because of these kind of bugs, or you can say vulnerabilities. Okay, so this is how we do it. This is what SQL injection looks like. Okay, you can go to the payloads. You can find lots of other vulnerabilities on the website. Okay, so basically, you don't need to have any technical knowledge. Okay, to start in this particular field where you can learn about ethical hacking, cyber security, information security, because nowadays it's very, very important to learn these things because of increasing number of users on the internet. The more data we exchange, there will be more chances of getting hacked. Okay, so we need ethical hackers, we need cybersecurity experts, we need ourselves to educate how to protect ourselves on the internet. Okay, but in order to learn these things, you don't need any technical knowledge. You don't need to be from a technical background. Anyone can learn these. Okay, and the main point, there is a lot of career opportunity in this field also. Okay, so thank you for joining this session. Bye bye.